Wendy, welcome. So good to have you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks
I'm
for
excited about that
inviting
one.
me.
I'm excited. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself,
Sure,
about your role, and about Merck Animal Health.
sure. So I am leading an organization called the Office of the CIO. I work for Merck Animal Health, which is a $6 billion company inside of Merck. We are an end-to-end business, and my organization focuses on, I would say, really driving enterprise things.
Yeah,
And those
all
things could
things
be
enterprise.
those things could be change management or program management, but the big deal is the data management side of it.
And
So
you sit
yeah.
in IT.
Oh yeah,
Oh
that's right.
yeah,
Now I sit in
we
IT.
have
I
an
report
IT
to the
person.
CIO. Yeah.
Exactly, wonderful.
Yeah.
So you are truly a pioneer on decision intelligence. We've been working together from very early on. I remember sitting down with you 6, 7 years ago, talking about the vision and all the things we're going to do. Like, yeah, that sounds amazing. And we've been on that journey together. So again, very grateful for your support and your trust. Talk to us about how you're using Aera today, and the evolution from where you started, which was basically it's not basic, but analytics toward decision intelligence.
Okay. So I did get a little help. I wrote a little cheat sheet
Okay,
for
good.
all my statistics. So um, in Era now, we have 17 skills, we have 12 data sources, 120 different data products, 500 certified dashboards or reports,
Yep.
which we are moving away from, by the way,
Hmm.
going really towards decision intelligence. And this is the staggering one for me. So 2,700 users, active users.
Yep.
Because I have a team checking constantly about this. Um, we're embracing the concept of self-service. What's going on at Merck right now, and probably in every other company, is we're trying to get ahead of the Gen AI boom. But in Era, I feel like we've been doing this for many
Quite
years.
some time.
And yeah, so my team sort of looks around and is like, oh, we've been doing this. We've been doing this. Yeah, we actually have. But maybe it wasn't called Gen AI
No.
back then. Let me see what else we have. So one of our skills is making 1,000 decisions a week. We deployed in 2020, which is quite some time ago. And this is a good quote. And thanks, Martin. He's here in the audience with me. They don't want to do the process anymore without Era,
Yeah.
which I think is significant. We've heard a few times from some of the previous speakers that, what if we make the wrong decision, or what if it's wrong? And how I think about this is, uh, we're humans. How many wrong decisions do we
Do
make
we make?
ourselves every day sometimes?
Hmm.
So to me, it's not about being perfect. It is about embracing new technology, but how do we get ahead of it, and how do we go faster? So you talked around pioneering. I literally still have people when I say decision intelligence. I'm like, that look like, are you crazy? I never even heard this
Hmm.
before. What is this? And I point them to things in LinkedIn or Era, LinkedIn page, Gartner, right? But decision intelligence is a real thing,
Well,
and it's
when
here.
when Merck started talking about decision intelligence, effectively, as I said in my introduction, there was none of the category being defined. So
Oh yeah.
the words did not really exist. And you mentioned, the scale of what you've deployed is quite remarkable. And you mentioned 2,700 users logging into the system and getting access to that analytics. And then you moved into the self-service. You were one of the first clients that we had who really build that capability to build skills on your own. Now we're supporting, you've got partners, but what was the drive to build that autonomous vehicle actually to build skills yourself?
Yeah, if I think back, while we are a very successful business, we are not the predominant business driver at Merck.
Hmm.
So if you think about us as an organization, we're about 10% of the company. That could equate sometimes to about 10% of investment too. So I had to figure out ways to be more innovative.
So
And
just so that I understand,
yeah.
talking about Merck as a whole,
Merck as a whole,
and you say
and then a Merck Animal Health is
your
about
area is about 10%.
is about 10%.
So you're getting 10% of the budget,
yeah,
basically.
yeah, roughly, right. And from an IT point of view as well, so then it could be even more, a little bit more slim. So we had to get creative and we had to be innovative. And I had a lot of the team members saying, like, what's inside that black box? I'd really love to know. I think I could do this on my own. And to be honest, it was the best thing we ever did because I was starting to feel a bit of a digression away because all the other capabilities were popping up all around us that could do this natively, or you could build it yourself in your garage if you just got an Amazon account.
And you built an amazing team of Aera developers that have been skills across many areas of the organization, including procurement, which is super exciting. So, as I mentioned, you're IT. You're IT. How do you engage with the business? How do you achieve success in your position, engaging with the business to drive value? Because you've been the driver for the Aera deployment. It was your vision, your intentionality behind it. So how does someone who sits in IT drives the business along?
Yeah, you said it, you're IT. If you asked me and I introduced myself, I would say I am animal health.
Yeah.
I really don't see myself any different than the business. I did have a leader when I first came over to this organization. He wanted to blur the lines. We have to blur the lines. We need to lock arms and collaborate and come together. At the time, our vision was an Apple-like experience, which I was signing up for that. Sounds really cool. So I see we're partners. We collaborate. I look for folks that want to be part of something bigger than themselves. That's my reason for being at Merck Animal Health. It's a calling. It's a mission, and mission driven. And yeah.
But
While I don't get complete buy-in every time, I still can prove the capabilities.
The blurring the lines is something I've seen. I mean, I used to say, 20 years back, you would walk into a room and you could say, this is IT and this is business. Today, especially with you guys, you don't know. Everybody speaks the same language. Your business folks are IT savvy, and the IT folks are completely focused on business value and creating things that are impactful. So that's remarkable. So moving the conversation along, we've been in the journey together for several years, and you were always early. And when you're early, things break, and then always stable, and issues happen. But you've always been there as a steady force, and really trying to. And I'm digressing a little bit, but not completely. Pull the best out of your partners. In our case, like when things broke, I was calling you and said my team is on it. I think you knew it was on it, and we cared about you. So just a side conversation, not necessarily DI specific, but what is it about what you do that allows you to pull the best out of your partners, your ecosystem? Because this journey of decision intelligence, journey about innovation, it's about pushing the boundaries, and you've been incredible at doing that. I'd love you to talk about it. Maybe it's complicated, I don't know, but it's something very.
It starts with trust for me. So building trust, communication is critical, transparency, trust, but there's also honesty, and just say it like it is. And I think my team senses that in me as well, and we'll figure it out together. I still keep the collaborative spirit around it, but I've been in industry and IT for years, and I've seen when things go awry, and I see if you're screaming at somebody or if you're threatening them, it doesn't get better.
Yeah,
it doesn't. So let's learn from the mistake and how can we move forward together. Because I trust in the relationship, I trust in the platform and the product and what we have, and quite frankly, it's been quite a long relationship, and I think just like any relationship, it takes work.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I'm very grateful for the partnership. So Wendy, what's next for you guys? What's next at Merck Animal Health in your DI journey? Because one thing I've learned about you is that you don't stay idle very long.
No, no. Well, thank heavens I saw calc on the screen today because we've been in workshops this week, and I think that if I could count how many times calc came up, so I'm glad to see it.
Yep.
I'm excited about the chat capability that's coming in, but I think your control room is really going to knock our developer socks off. Where we're going, we just initiated, it's been about 6 months, an enterprise-wide effort around data. It's actually called the One Data Program. And that's where we're going. We're going towards data products. We're going towards automation. One of your guests talked around, not like automating bad process. We're definitely getting out of that business, in my opinion. So we're moving away from the let's automate every last little, email click, read, find to really let's make decisions. And not to quote decision intelligence, but literally, how do we make decisions and move forward with the data that we have? We have a plethora of data. How many? I'm not sure what we're up to in terms of
You have a lot.
storage, but
You have a lot of data. You have a lot of users. They're using it a lot, which is phenomenal. And I'm glad to hear you're thinking that the innovation that we've been talking about this morning are going to be relevant for you. So super excited. Wendy, thank you so much for the trust, the partnership, and that journey. You and the whole Merck Animal Health team, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.